All right, here we go again. Buckle up. So again, understand something about oil prices. It's not supply and demand because supply has not been affected yet. That's to begin with. So who's raising the prices? How'd it go up? A bunch of fuckers sat back and said, we're going to get rich off of this. Now, guess who's part of that group of people that said that? United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. It's just not only Israel that wanted Iran gone. All those nations were being bullied by Iran over the years, and they tried it again recently. They're just money grubbers. They're sick money grubbers. There's no way they're going to heaven. Islamic heaven doesn't accept money grubbers like that. What they do is they do their little what do they call that? It's when you do something. It's just bullshit. I guess that's the simplest term I could use. They do some charity and they think it pays for everything they do. Little penance. I'll just take some of the money and put it in the charity, build a few mosques. Same thing with the LDS is doing. We'll build a few temples with the money, even though it's corrupt, and God will bless it. The LDS people probably know that that's going on. They just part of the society and they stay there. Now they make money, but they don't. May not do the other part. But again, it's not only just. And the idea is they're good people, bad people. What they do is they cover their bad people with a society, and then like we go to church, we're religious, and then uncover the other people by pushing them out. And of course, some billionaire, millionaire pays them all. It's all a scam. So there's no reason the price of oil's jumped like that. And then also compare prices before and after and see if the biggest jumps were in Democratic Party states. I mean, you'll come up with a case where Kash Patel can investigate. Just keep looking at it. Actually, the jump itself is enough for Kash Patel and CIA to investigate. Well, that's how Iran was doing it. And there's cronies. They punish you for anything you do that they don't like. Raise the price of oil, pay some investigators to go harass everyone. If you're in Saudi Arabia or United Arab Emirates, Iran, any of those nations, all you have to do is find some private investigator in the United States. They got his name, just like Weinstein found the name of the people who go after Rose McGowan, and they're all paying members of the deep state, like Iran was. No matter whether there's anti-Iran people that work with Iran, and they know it. They don't care. They just got their political shtick. Find your PI. The PI knows the dirty cops, and they spread the money around, and you get your will done in the United States. So again, the whole, they don't care. It's money. So in other words, the same people that were helping the previous administration are now helping Trump. But what they're doing is they're just playing a game to make money. They're all con artists, grifters. And their goal is to put everybody out that's not part of their thing. Because those people would actually help stop what's going on. The polarization is part of a criminal enterprise that I explained for decades. I was looking at some guy yesterday, he was like a Muslim scholar, and there were some people that weren't Islamic that were buying into what he was saying. And what he was saying is Judaism is not an old religion, it's a new religion. It was created after Yeshua ben David came. He calls him Jesus, of course, because if you call him Yeshua ben David, then it doesn't make sense, right? So what they're doing is they're trying to make religions hands off. Again, there's valid protection of religion, then there's corrupt protection of religion, so that they can operate the deep state, and nobody's allowed to say anything, or they get harassed and arrested. None of religions are definitely deep state. They started that in major form. Not that they weren't there before at all. I'm sure they were there. But with Koresh, they radicalized Koresh, caused sexualization. There are some people that say it didn't happen. I saw information that says it probably did happen. But again, it was a setup. They created it using spycraft so that they could enter into religions. Janet Reno wasn't part of it. That's why they said she was. She was the fall person. ATF most likely wasn't part of it. May have been one or two that were part of the deep state, but they weren't part of that operation. Although, the missing weapons for an extended period of time makes no sense. National Guard, 50 cal coming up missing or something like that. Play their games with religion, and religions play the games with them. So that package that's missing was, again, edible items, ingestible items. Playing a game there. Several things were happening off of that, and several results they wanted. That's why they included the U.S. postal system. They're deep state play. That's why they stopped making money, because they turned to devils. You have to be careful, because people in religion will call their will God's will. They'll cast a spell on you and say it's God's will. If you know anything about, that's why they took metaphysics out of religion. Because if you know anything about if you don't know anything about metaphysics, you don't realize that people are evil eyes in these religions, and they're cursing you to be the sinner, the criminal, to have bad luck. Stop beeping. Just beep. It's made a big cough here or something. That's price. It's illegal. It's a form of price fixing. I think price fixing is the term they use to make it illegal. I don't know if you could prove fraud. I don't know. Maybe price fixing is a form of fraud. I have to look it up. I read it before. I'm trying to figure out how to make a case on it. Maybe that's why they attack pink kids. I don't know. A bunch of corrupt pieces of shit there. But yeah, well, we're for Trump, but they're raising the gas prices, right? Right along with the rest of them. I gotta go find something. Several things to do today. And Iran holds the whole world hostage and extorts it, including using the deep state PIs. Paying members of the deep state. That's how he survived so many years. Let's see what we got here. There it is. Let's see if we can find that. Let's hit frictions. This makes no sense. Actually, I think I'm going in the right direction, or do I have to go back? I'm going. Oh, I know where. I gotta change lanes here. There's wrong people.
Go past this light. Then, at the next one, turn right onto Executive Drive. At the light, turn right onto Executive Drive.
So again, I said it when Christopher Wray was doing it. I get it. It's about an individual. If you have a corrupt investigator, nothing's honest. If you have an honest investigator, nothing's corrupt. Even if I use this example, if you were to walk into let's say a major city police department, NYPD, the laws change. You can kill anybody you want. Not there's only going to be a handful of people to go out and kill people. So again, it's just the way some people need those laws and regulations and rules, and some people don't. So you find good people that you can trust, and hopefully they stay trustable and investigate religions, and you stop them from radicalizing, so you don't have to arrest people in religions because you can't watch them, you can't say anything. I mean, that's BS. We have processes, not to harass people, but to make them think twice. Part of it is saying their name when they little. Again, you can use that corruptly to extort people and to harm people, but if you do it the right way, they stop the corrupt action, and they don't have to be arrested. Maybe can I drop something off here? I guess. Oh shit! Arm hit the curb. Hopefully, I don't get a flat. All right. Stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.